geisha variety? And that's a complicated question. You really can't talk about geisha without first talking about coffee leaf rust. Coffee leaf rust is a fungus that attacks the leaves of coffee trees and turns them like a rusty brown color and eventually causes them to fall off. And without these leaves, coffee trees die. And this is a huge problem in coffee growing areas around the world. In fact, there's been a big epidemic of rust throughout Central and South America in the last about 5 or 6 years. In like the 1930s, people were sent into an area of Ethiopia called Geisha. It's like a small village in what used to be the province of Keffa. And they selected seeds from around this village and took them out, and they ended up in countries around the world, most notably India and Portugal. And these countries tested these seeds and found them to be very, very, very resistant to coffee leaf rust, which is great, especially in low-lying areas where rust is more prevalent. So from these two countries, geisha was brought back into Ethiopia and sent around. Now, one other place that the seeds ended up with, besides India and Portugal, was Costa Rica, at the Institute for Tropical Agriculture Research called the CATIE. And from there, people brought seeds to Panama and grew them there, and then in the mid-2000s were found to exhibit incredibly floral and complex and tropical fruit and citrus qualities, and people went crazy for this variety. And this variety kept popping up now all over Central and South America. People are really excited to be drinking it because it's such an exciting profile that you normally wouldn't get from Central and South American coffee, but is actually kind of common in Ethiopian coffee. We find that coffees that exhibit the traits of, like, this Panamanian geisha are, they taste like jasmine, they taste like rose, they taste like mango and passion fruit and grapefruit, and are incredibly complex with just wonderful sweetness and great quality acidity. But geisha is not one distinct variety because of the way that it was spread out and the way that it's coffee propagates in the wild. There's now like a lot of diversity in the geisha population. So if you buy geisha from Ethiopia, you might not be buying this actually like even the same thing as you're buying when you're buying from Panama. And prices can vary very widely, and qualities can vary very widely, and it's just a very complicated mess. But it's all to say that if you're going to pay good prices for a geisha, you had better be certain that it's like actually going to be of high quality.